Well confidence, and he'll be ready for the finals.
More solid type of player. Lanka with good shots, more suited probably for the long formats. So really interesting to see how he plays, how he goes about his business. Does he still rely on his skill? Is he brave enough to back himself?
Two slips in place now. Beautiful from the young man. Through the cover region.
He's more suitable for the longer version, but I believe if you're a good batsman, look at this. There was nothing wrong with that.
Everything right, in fact. Good striding, the bat going through the line, so that's actually a good cricketing shot. So he's backing his skills to get the first My 11 Circle championship.
Cricketing shots. He's backing his skills to get the first My 11 Circle championship. He's backing his skills to get the first My 11 Circle.
He's a short man, and so far he's looked quite good with the bat. Lanka, two misses. Things now probably gone. Inside in the umpire for the weights, and he gets an indication from the fielding captain who's gone on track. So it's here the second over. The Jaffna Stallions are 13 for 1. In for his second. We know the conditions here in Sri Lanka. Outswing as well, and like any good fast bowler, they will be able to adjust depending on what they see. And this was the first over that he bowled. His speeds starting at 133.
That's what is so impressive against him. When he goes with a bluish ball, he looks to press the ball out. If it's not responding, then the shot is playing. He's a fiery campaigner. Treat to watch.
No movement through the air, ship disappears.
From here. He's a treat to watch from here.
Cream through the offside. Too full from Stain. Finally, Johnson Charles gets going.
Hardly moves his feet, but he gets a good base in. They're not out of the textbook or the coaching manual, but he knows what he's doing. Throws the hands through the line. Yes, it's a My 11 Circle champion shot.
Might be the time for Dalestain to shot in his length.
Also straight. Sponsor for this wonderful tournament, drink partner Red Bull. These two teams, they will need a lot of energy for this contest. It's the first of two matches today. Quite warm outside.
Deep square leg, the third man, two fielders outside the circle for Dalestain. In both slips. non-existent anymore. Hammered. Johnson Styles has his own style, but very, very effective. The length a little short, and that allowed him to get underneath it and smack it over extra cover.
Yeah, the right amount of elevation which Charles got. Not only he got that my level circle champion shot, but also he's there in the middle.
Was a slow delivery. Johnson Charles picked it quite early. We will have to bowl this one again. As mentioned, title sponsors of this tournament, My 11 Circle. It's an app where you can make your fantasy cricket team and play with real champion cricketers. All you need to do is download the app from www.my11circle.com and start playing, making your team with players that you think can give you maximum points. Driven. Gap found once again. An expensive over comes and then Dale Steyn wouldn't be happy. 3 overs gone, 26 for 1.
Charles needed that. He couldn't get going in the first game he played. In this over he got 3 good shots. When you feel the middle of the bat, it's an amazing feeling. It changes the outlook of the game for yourself, for your team, and also strong message to the opposition.
Johnson Charles taking control of the innings after losing his opening partner, Mr. Fernando, who was out without scoring. Immediate impression with the ball by Dale Steyn.
Didn't bounce. That kept through, but I'm not very sure if that was a slow one. Didn't look like it.
Last ball of last over. That's what Johnson Charles does. He doesn't think of getting that foot to the ball. None of that. There's enough space, enough room for him to throw his hands powerfully at it.
We mentioned his strengths, square of the wicket as well, so he will rely on that for shorter deliveries. Good change up from Fernando, just going short, checking that front foot, as you have to do sometimes as a fast bowler.
Good thinking from the left-arm fast bowler, Fernando. He was a well-directed bouncer, just bringing a surprise element for the batsman. Keep him guessing.
There he goes. Sweetly struck. Another 6. Wow, this young man is exciting.
He read the game well. It was a short ball previously. On to that front foot. Wish for Fernando. He gets a bashing over mid-wicket. And he gets a earful too. The captain. Don't bowl slow balls, he says. But you know what, you've got to be smart in your variations. But Lanka reading it really nicely. Wonderful shot. Crack straight off the bat.
Well, the peel and the dreaded finger goes up. What's their bat on this one? Will he review? Doesn't look so.
Doesn't review, he's walking Lanka, but great strike back from Vishwa Fernando. Just been hit over mid-wicket for 6. Gets back, hits the line, hits the length. Lanka caught on the crease. Cross seam delivery. Hitting him on the back leg. Easy decision for the umpires. Lanka is not a tall guy either.
A good thing from the left armour. This time around, for the batsman, the inside edge wasn't there. That's why he's walking back after scoring 18. It's 32 for 2.
Pakistan international Shoaib Malik, new batsman, hasn't been as prolific as we have expected him to be. Only 68 runs in the tournament so far, but a wonderful record as a T20 player with lots of experience playing T20 cricket for Pakistan and across the globe in T20 leagues. Opportune time for him to deliver with the bat for his team.
Yeah, there's no Dhananjay De Silva, there's there Chaturanga De Silva. Well fielded. Time to perfection, but just couldn't get the gap. Still Juan Pereira. Able to get Sikugi Prasanna, in fact.
Yeah, played across. A bit of deviation of the surface as well for the left armour. And that did the trick. That's what they have to do, Kandy Tuskers bowlers. Pick up wicket consistently.
Force the length. The length. Batsman couldn't get on the front foot or the back, caught on the crease.
Oh dear, Neil Steen just letting this one go. That's not good at all for Kandy Tuskers. 11 runs from the over to the 7 for 2.
Yeah, erred in his length for that occasion. The left armour gave plenty of time to the batsman to decide where to hit. Yes. Fielder Dale Steyn made a bit of mess, but it was a poor delivery, one has to say.
Solid partnerships, difficult to come by for Jaffna Stallions. Already 2 wickets within the first 4 overs. Johnson Charles firm at the top with 17 from 11. Looks very fluent at this time. Started a little bit slow, but you'll expect that if he's there, he will score in quick time. Natural boundary hitter Johnson Charles from St. Lucia in the West Indies. He's been a part of the West Indies successful team in that last T20 World Cup that they won in 2016.
Wow. A mile 11 circle champion shot from a champion. No better sight than a straight drive. Right in the slot. All Shoaib Malik had to do was lean into it.
The first one he received was a full toss. Couldn't capitalize on that. But this time around made sure he doesn't overhit the ball. Just timed it beautifully. Not a lot of the bowler to react.
We're into the 5th over. We've seen 6 fours, 2 sixes so far. Both of you gentlemen were out there for the assessment of the pitch. Not quite sure the bounce has been consistent with what we've seen before in earlier matches. Maybe on the lower side.
Slightly abrasive this pitch.
whenever, as a bowler, you employ variations, they're going to get a reaction.
Yeah, bowling into the pitch seems to be the way to go. Well, a great partnership though. Darren, it must be said, Jaffna Stallions have established a global partnership with Code.org to bring computer science training to every student, everywhere, in every school. So that's wonderful for education, and going further in Sri Lanka, Code.org are going to come out with coding in Sinhalese and Tamil. So that's fantastic news and a great partnership indeed.
Goes down ground, doesn't get the timing. Dale Steyn in the thick of things again. Had a little bit of a blunder in the field, but he makes up for it. Beautiful catch.
Well judged. And he's been able to redeem himself. He was in the air for a long time. Never easy for a fieldman to run back. He did. Kept his eyes on the ball and held it beautifully. Big wicket to have.
Charles for 17, Jaffna Stallions 42 for 3.
Already 3 wickets haven't completed the 5th over. Usually in T20 cricket, that's something that teams try to avoid. Not losing 3 wickets or more within the first 6 overs. Bhanuka has his work cut out. Shoaib Malik already looking quite good with the bat. Nice timing on his couple strokes.
This situation might bring the best out of Shoaib Malik.
Charles just going down the wicket. It was in the slot. Just sliced it away a bit. That front leg went away too much. And that meant his hands couldn't go to the line of the ball.
Reinforces what we said about Johnson. Charles likes to hit to leg. Never easy to play the big shot when you're not in position and your body weight is not going in the direction that you want to hit the ball. Johnson Charles will look at that and want to set it right for his next innings. 5 overs gone, 43 for 3.
India, tour of Australia. First test, December 16th to 20th. Live and exclusive on Willow. Powered by Biz2 Credit. Get up to $5 million for your business within 72 hours. In association with Artip, world's leading insights, ratings and analysis provider.
Stallions won the toss and they elected to bat first, and they've got themselves in trouble again. Now, this has been a bit of a pattern actually. It is the man that's due to come in next who saved them a couple of times. Pereira, the captain. Eased away on the onside. They're going to come back comfortably for 2. Don't forget to download the My 11 Circle app. There it is, you can play with the champions, you can select your side, and by the way, if you select the captain you can double your points, the vice captain you can 1.5 times your points. You can only pick 7 players from one team, that's the maximum that is allowed. So can have some fun with that throughout the day.
Did you pick Dale Snakes now, is he?
I did. He's in my side. How about that? Loud scream of no. That's a very loud, clear call from Sean Murray.
I was just having a chat to Sean Murray just before. He's very focused today. He realises he's been a little bit short of runs. He realises his importance to the Jaffna Stallions team, and he looks on. He looks on to that. Well, on the subject of Jaffna Stallions, spoken about how good they are, how complex they are, exciting, but if you look at the returns they've had to be power plays, it's very surprising.
That is a beautiful shot. That really is. Straight down the ground for four. That is classic.
That's classic Sean Murray. When he's hitting that ball down the ground, it shows his balance is spot on. That is a really good shot. You can watch him. He's got a trigger across to Lobster. And goes slightly over pitching, and he nails that. That is great. And just to carry on, I was surprised to read that Jaffna had what a return to the power play. He's 41 for 2. Kandy had 61. Third one.
Let's look at some of the boundaries. Johnson Charles. He's very strong. He never really spent too much. He just tends to stand and deliver to a certain extent. Around with that last one. That's without staying. Now that's exactly what they didn't want. 17 off 13, Johnson Charles. Nicely balanced, and just have a look at his front foot and his eyes are right over the contact of that ball, coach.
That is classic batting. He's gone very much deep in the crease, but the key is he's got his weight through the ball, so he's got his weight over his front leg, and that gives him the power. That is classic batting. Last ball of the over. Power play, 6 overs completed, 50 for 3.
I got some work to do in the Stallions. I've got to try and get things back on track, so they can't afford to be too expansive here. That's the problem they've got. The surface is not particularly quick. It's confirmation of the end of the power play. 6 overs ticked off.
Once again, there's one thing that's quite apparent when Jaffna's batting. It's going to come to that, there is 2 big overs, the wickets lost, the dots are spoiling their run rates, 6 to 3, but what is quite apparent with the Jaffna Stallions is every time they bat first, for some reason or the other, they struggle. Keep them apart. They look so good. And that appears to be the case even with Avishka Fernando. Every time the Stallions, Jaffna Stallions have batted second, he just found it so easy. Asela Gunaratnam, who's a mixture of medium pace, cutters, off breaks, with the keeper standing up. Chris Harris from Sri Lanka. Yeah, he is. He does remind one of Chris Harris. The wicket has suited him because he's bowled his change-ups. The wicket's been slightly slower. There's been no pace on the ball for the batsman to work with. He's
He's been the pick of the bowlers in the competition in the power play. This is just outside the power play, and I don't think it's going to be too different because they're 3 down. But in the power play, he's picked up 4 wickets at just under 7, with an economy rate of 5.4. Overall, he's going at 7.85. So in the power play, he's been the #1 bowler. Oh, he's back. That's a beautiful bird.
Single.
Well, Hornbill likes to come back and check out a bit of cricket from time to time.
Double is a place. There is a lot of wildlife. We've seen lots of elephants here as we drive around.
Wildlife in his commentary box from time to time too.
You talking about somebody? Talking about yourself? I know you can be wild, but I never knew you were part of wildlife.
The key here again, as we said right at the top of this over, was the fact that he takes pace off the ball. He bowls little cutters. It's hard for the batsman to get down to him because Kusal Pereira is standing up to the stumps. That creates a little bit of pressure.
Also some nice flight.
See, I think it's a very difficult art that he has mastered. It's not easy. He's not a spinner. He runs in from a distance. He's just got to make sure that he bowls at the right pace. It's a tough art, I'm sure. Especially to bowl like this, bowl those dot balls, and to be economical.
Some lovely shots from our drone today. The drone's up, the weather's good, it's a sunshine. I wonder how he actually started bowling like this. He must have, I guess, seen someone on TV perhaps. Some old videos, Derek Underwood in the old days, a left-arm version. 55 for 3.
That's a look at the card. Jaffna Stallions. Had a few starts. Johnson Charles. It's 17. Tariq Asalanka looked very impressive in that brief 10-ball innings. It was great to see Dale Steyn coming back and playing for the Kandy Tuskers. tempted to pick someone like Pereira because he brings in so much of experience, so much craft and quality. Though that wasn't good, it was fired a little bit quicker and short. Getting the width outside the off-stump. Look at the pace, almost 92 Ks. It was fired in. The problem was the width.
Yeah, and the length. The length was also dragged down. Shoaib Malik, I think, puts pressure on the bowler because they know he's so nimble on his feet, coming down the wicket, forcing the bowler to drag one down and change what he is doing.
See, that's the next one. Dilrun, of course, was quick to the task, really bowled differently. Now let's try to show you that shot again. We've been talking about the trigger of Shoaib Malik, just giving himself room. That's what he does well. He created the width for himself. You spoke about the length. That length, he loved him to do that.
Yeah, and then interesting, next ball, he's down the wicket, hitting hard to long on. Good batting.
I like this battle between Malik and Pereira. And the good thing about Dilrun is that he's not afraid to flight the ball. He mixes it up, but he also looks for some spin all the time. Now that delivery got 5 kilometers slower. Eight runs in the over so far. Nine of the over. 64 every.
Quick look at the, that's a graph we call the Manhattan. I call them buildings with satellite dishes on top, and that's why it's just been checked a little bit, those 3 satellite dishes. Then the power play, yellow buildings are the power play buildings, the washed buildings are the next 2 overs.
Just to let you know the broadcast partners and where this My 11 Circle LPL is watched. It's watched across the globe. Sony, ITN in Sri Lanka, PTV, T-Sports, and then the digital partners. Jaffna continues.
Dale Steyn getting the early wicket of Avishka with the ball that swung out, which is his genuine stock delivery. Avishka just sparring, he'll be disappointed with that shot, but that's what Dale Steyn can do. He loves his fishing as well, does Dale. Then he's missed one there in the field, which he doesn't normally do. He redeemed himself with that beautiful catch running back.
Doing the tidying up down there. 439 test wickets and an average of 22.9. 5 10-fers. 27 fifers. Strike rate of 42.3 in test cricket. It's just astonishing. It really is. These numbers are unbelievable. And the one thing about Dale Steyn also, just to finish on him, if you look at what he's done, and he had 12 years where he was injury-free, which enabled him to make some serious inroads into the international game. He'll go down as one of the top 3 fast bowlers ever. Those were the numbers. He almost gave up the game. He came from a little town called Palabora. Loved his skateboarding. That was his #1 love. And he almost gave up the game. He never thought that he was going to get recognised as a cricketer. And as the first admit that he had a little bit of luck. He used to go and play with the men on the weekends. And he didn't get much of a bowl, didn't get much of a bat, and he wondered what was he doing playing cricket, and he almost gave it up. It's just unbelievable that he kept at it. Gave it another go once or twice and got spotted, and the rest is history.
Yeah, he is a phenomenal. It's a phenomenal career. He's really been amazing in what he's done. Mono Beluka just happy to play that one out to deep mid wicket, and on top of that, he is one of the most humble, nicest people you ever meet, which goes against the grain of that terror fast bowler he looks like when he runs in at you with those steel eyes.
This is turning out to be a very good spell by Jaffna. So 7 runs off it. 9 overs completed, 71 for 3, and it's about time we had the strategic timeout.
Tour of Australia highlights presented by Royal Chef's Secret extra long grain basmati rice. Make it your chef's secret in association with Prem Jyotish. For happiness, peace and prosperity, contact Prem Jyotish. KFC Big Bash League, 61 matches, live and exclusive on Willow. Sri Lanka Tour of South Africa, 2 tests, December 26th to January 7th, live and exclusive on Willow.
Together. 71 for 3, 9 overs completed. Well, we do know that Sri Lanka has so many stunning places that people love to come and visit. You know what a tourist attraction it is. Some underwater places as well. Lovely beaches, beautiful mountains, and places like Hambantota where we have so much greenery and wild.
It's got a lot to offer, that's for sure. An opportunity to come to Sri Lanka, you'll have a great time.
So Pereira continues. Stumping. Yeah. He's going upstairs for sure. Umpires just want to be sure. They don't take any chances.
He's too experienced for this. Sharp Malik's not going to fall for that trick. No problem with that delivery. It's warranted. No parameters there. He's seen that 1,000 times before.
It's an easy one for the third umpire. Straightforward, but looking at the way Jaffna has played, we've been given some information. This is the time that they really start to move on. They go at an average of 9 runs on the 7th to the 15th over. They go at 11. Their 10th over, that is, the department. They go at 11 plus. So this is where the momentum generally starts to pick up with the Jaffna Stallions. Well, we spoke about the greenery and the surrounding areas of the Mahinda Rajapaksa International Cricket Stadium. This is another look. Absolutely beautiful and so pleasant to the eye, because we see so much of concrete jungles in cities. Places like this is so refreshing.
You talking about stepping on the gas, I mean, that's been largely because of Cesaro Pereira. And the moment that he's come out, he's launched pretty much because they've been behind the 8 ball and he's played his natural game. So it looks like he's going to be key again. Amir Sahel was saying a total of about 180. What's his thoughts? We're looking at the pitch. It's on the slower side. It's not slow, but it's on the slower side. This track, it's absolutely fine. Nothing wrong with it. And that news will go back to guys to the change room as they bat. And it will take maybe a little bit of time for a bit of adjustment when you first arrive.
Yeah, it will, Hazy. They would have assessed the conditions. Shoaib Malik would have seen this numerous times. I reckon they'll be wanting to go at 7s and 8s up to over 13, and if they then have wickets in hand, we will see them really up the ante.
So the Tuskers, they need to get rid of Shoaib Malik. There's no doubt about that. They also need to get rid of Cesaro Pereira when he comes in. That's their real opportunity. A couple of quick ones, a couple of senior players.
One of the things about the Kandy Tuskers is that these are going to be real critical games for them. Now that they are 5th in the points table, the Gold Gladiators going ahead of them with the run rate. Every game for them is important. So just one place open, don't forget, in the semi-final lineup.
And the problem with the Kandy Tuskers is that their net run rate is so poor.
So the answer is to win. You've got to win. Can't just depend on run rates at the moment.
Well, the key is going to come down to the game between the Kandy Tuskers and Gold Gladiators.
I'd love to watch that game. What you're talking about, the top 2 teams shared points. The last time they played, because we had a rain intervening. Then overs completed, 78 for 3.
Look at how they've gone so far. The first block of 5 overs, the Jaffna Stallions, they went at 8.6. Overs 6 to 10, they went at only 7. They didn't lose a wicket, they went at only 7. So 10-0 from here gets them towards that 180 mark that Anil was talking about. Gunaratna's about to continue. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Russell and Amir.
Up the pace. Martinez key. He's the one who's got to make sure run rates gets him to move on. So Malik, you've got to allow him the free hand to control that innings. Make sure that he doesn't need to take undue risks.
They'll be needing a bit of support from his partners, that's for sure. And that's a challenge for both the sides from here on. For Jaffna to get to that pass score, and for Kandy Tuskers restrict them to 160. That's where they'll have their chances to win this game.
I think we've seen also in this tournament that 30s and 40s don't cut it really. It's the big scores that make a big difference. That's a single now to Malik. 3 have gone down. First went to Dal Stein.
Yeah, Anushka Fernando. Jaffna Stallions back first. He doesn't contribute. Lanka came out and looked good, 18 off 10, but Mr. Fernando trapped him on the crease and in front. Bronson Charles sliced that one, and a good catch from Dale Stein.
So I'm marking down 2 batsmen. The last 2 batsmen were dismissed, who got starts and got out. They were doing pretty well, those last 2.
It's always been a problem. Charles had the right idea. Execution not the best. 50 for 3 in the power play. It's been the trend. As Nicky mentioned, the next 2 overs, if they can keep knocking it around, Cesaro Pereira will be a lot happier.
after losing 3 quick wickets, Jaffna has done well. They never allowed the run rate to plummet. They've been lurking around 8, which is good. And these 2 batsmen have made sure the side doesn't lose any further wicket, featuring partnership.
Ratner's been their handbrake though. He's been going at 6 and over. He's the one that they're not prepared to take too many risks against at the moment.
Because he's wearing his pace well. It's always his strength. Runs the fingers over, looks to get that ball to deviate, and doesn't give you that loose ball. Nothing to hit. Jaffna end of 11 overs. Stallions are 84 for 25.
He's the captain. He's patiently waiting on the sidelines. He'll be happy if he doesn't bat for a while yet. He'll want this partnership to build. 42 now of 39 deliveries. There's a look at those to come. Sarah Pereira next. Saranga, he really made people sit up and take notice when he's got the bat in his hand and also the ball.
It's a stronger bowling lineup though. Got Suranga Lakmal, Duan Olivier, Usman Khan, Shinwari, and then 2 frontline spinners in Hasaranga and Diaz Khan. The batting's got to be done from here. Recognized batting, Tisara Pereira and only Hasaranga to come.
A well fresh bowling lineup over there. And that's why it's highly about Tuskers to get them or restrict them to 160. At the moment, runs are coming with electricity. And now I think
My 11 circle, MVP of the tournament, most valuable player, Gunatilaka is number 1 now. This is collective points through the My 11 Circle app. Pereira was number 1 previously. He's now slid to number 2. I wonder after today if he's going to be able to get back to number 1. Or maybe he's not happy. Maybe he's just seen it on the big screen. Nice and fine down the third man. That's good work. Good use of the body.
His turn will come with the bat, being impressive through the tournament. Start of the tournament, the Kandy Tuskers didn't have too many bowling options, frontline bowling options. But here, with Stain, Kandy, and also the inclusion of Vishwa Fernando, it's allowing Kusal Pereira to rotate them better and not put undue pressure on a single ball.
their feet. I was in the air. We'll find the fielder.
Right approach. It's got to be Vinod Bhanuka who needs to look for that boundary, because at the moment things are drifting and the Tuskers are chipping away. They wouldn't mind this pace, the pace that the game is going at.
Prasant, in my opinion, will be very happy. He's been able to drive the boundaries.
Didn't have to move. Straighten the man at backward point just as well, I think. It was scooting away for a boundary.
And that'll add to the pressure. It's a good shot for nothing. At a time where boundaries have been right, I can't remember when the last boundary was hit. Bhanuka yet to strike one. Alex got 3 and he scored them as early as when he walked in. So it's 24 balls, 4 overs a goal. It's a long time in T20 cricket.
Opening up, and it's just over the top. 25th ball rather goes for 4.
It's just a matter of time. The experience of Shoaib Malik was urging him to find the went from the stumps, created his own room, sliced the ball, and the pace of the My 11 circle championship.
Hazy, for a moment you just sounded like me there.
Watching in the crease. We've seen that before. And put him off in any way.
Malik. Along nicely. 60 on 70 is ideal for him and the Jaffna Stallions.
For the next 4 overs. 5 singles. Nice field spread.
Down the ground, solid. That brings up the 50 stand as well as one bounce, and it scoots away for a boundary. 11 runs off that over, 95 for 3.
Nice to play down the ground. You know, bouncer. Through the line. Slow ball from underneath. That was picked up early.
we know that we haven't played well and we are much more capable of doing well, and also it's a current situation. I mean, winner takes it all. I mean, as everyone knows that everyone is fighting for the 4th place, so I think it's much to play for with the Gladiators game coming up tomorrow.
We know it's the inaugural My 11 Circle Lanka Premier League. Tell us a little bit about what preparations went in to your franchise before you started this tournament.
I think guys were in touch with me, and as soon as the draft was done, we knew what was going to happen. I mean, as everyone know, that quarantine period of 1 week was a big roadblock for us. But as soon as the tournament got us going, I think the entire squad read each other, and the foreigners coming in, they were very good in completing everything, and we just finished it off.
Yeah, that's a wicket.
They're waiting to go. They wanted to go. There was a chat before that ball, actually. Shoaib Malik came down and said, I think this is time. We've got to start getting boundaries now. I've got to get big boundaries. We're running out of time. And this was a full toss, an opportunity. Mendes did all the hard work down there in the shadows. He's the man that is struck and picked up the wicket. Lanka goes for 21. 1 for 4 now.
Jaffna Stallions in trouble, then 3 for 5.
I'm Doug Hirsch. You may already know that GoodRx can help you save up to 80% on your prescriptions. Unfortunately, many Americans can't get to a doctor right now. The good news is that for many health issues, you can see a doctor online. It's easy. Just go to GoodRx.com, and with a few clicks, you'll be treated by a licensed medical professional, all from the comfort of your own home. Visits are confidential and affordable. Need a prescription? Your doctor can send it to your pharmacy or have it mailed to you. Get the healthcare you deserve at GoodRx.com.
It was 3 for 101. It's now 5 for 103. They've got themselves in the spot because two key players have gone. A huge wicket in Pereira. He's the last Hasaranga. He's a very fine cricketer. He's at the crease now.
I feel like the Morocco goes so well. So something in the wicket corner. That trapping of the batsman with a slow delivery worked well for him and his side. From here on, they have a chance to take their turns.
Yes, it's supposed to go, and they know that. That's why they bought today's game. So Malik dropped 35 on Hasaranga, just hoping that this is the last match pair for Jaffna Stallions. So they're going to need another opportunity to bring us back into the attack.
Good run, 2 wickets for 3 runs only in that last over. Pretty good captain to this.
Even if a couple of wickets these next 2 without many runs conceded, we will keep the position down 140, 150, which is a massive win for the Tuskers.
Bench is a very good move. The batsman actually, Malik was set up to play the cautious approach. Right overs, Kandy Tusker, job well done. They are negating the chances of Jaffna Stallions getting to a power score. There is no man with a bat, Hasaranga. We saw him gathering some important runs with a healthy strike rate. So they've got to be wary of that.
Yep, slipping place. Tuskers attacking.
platform to make use of the leftovers. Vigiato. Changes today. Roughly getting 2 wickets in the 15th over. That's a good one. 119 for 7. Sure, Malik will be disappointed with the way his partner was run out. Throwing a lap ball. Had every right to be searching and looking for that signal. His partner didn't respond. He was nearly down to the other end. Sure, Malik was looking at where the ball went. Strike weight and getting back. That's the reason he's sitting down and looking. Last over, here he goes again. Sherman watchful, understanding how important his wicket is for this Jaffna Stallions team. This was the wicket. That's around it, just going out to wide over here. Good fishing, type of fishing I would say. Wonderful figures for Dale Steen, 2 for 33, completing his quota of 4, and everyone is quite happy and pleased. Congratulations all around from his teammates, quite rightly so. Deep into the attack. Deep into his leg. This is where he's a specialist right here on the back end. Very, very good players who look to go and make the batsman hit him from that leg. He has a quick bouncer as well. He mixed it up very good bowler at the end.
The Jaffna Stallions seem to be getting into unknown territory. These type of situations haven't really been common for them. Yes, they did lose one game, but the overall cricket was very good. But suddenly, it appears they're now being a little bit consistent. It's wrong. Lost to the Colombo game, unfortunate that last game was swinged off, but here, Pereira was quite demanding us in a position wanting to bat first. He said the wicket was a little bit dry, perfect bat, and this effort surprises me a bit.
Let's not forget the fact that Jaffna Stallions, they won their first 4 matches. Many of them quite convincingly. One thing you might want to say is they've had at times a batting crisis, which was solved by Pereira and how well he's played in the bat. This is beyond unbelievable. Before the net overs and now after net overs. As you can see, a lot fuller, searching for the Yorker, and that's the right strategy to adopt. Also using his short deliveries, 22%. So that's the change required by a bowler when you're bowling in different phases. Enough bat on this. Wouldn't be happy with the direction of that delivery. John Pradeep concedes a boundary.
Yeah, he won't be happy with that. That was a slow ball into the wicket. It was just too far down the leg side. The interesting thing that I saw from that graphic was that the 2 overs when he comes on, his length is that hard length, and then right at the back end, his length goes a lot fuller with the occasional bouncer. That is typically Nuwan Pradeep, and that is how he works to his players.
Full toss might be taken, fielder runs around. Brilliance being shown here, Gurbaz completing the catch, and it's a big wicket of Shoaib Malik.
That's the wicket they're after, but this man could do a lot of damage. Come the last 2 or 3 overs, he's well set, and he'll be kicking himself. He'll really be kicking himself. That was a full toss. He would have expected to put it over the line with ease, and he's happy. They are all fishing. Malik goes out for 59. It's 132 for 8.
Writing's not that easy, but Grammarly can help. This sentence is grammatically...
5 was out with Shoaib Malik. And well, Jaffna Stallions are now in dire straits. This is Nuan Pradeep, got underneath it. Good catch as he rolled over.
thing that's bothered me just a little bit about this Kandy Tuskers innings so far has been the tempo at which they've batted.
We need to see some intensity between the wickets, and as you rightly say, guys, this is the partnership to do it.
Yeah, clearly below what they've averaged so far. And the Tuskers in terms of their scoring rate, but this will help. That's a fine shot from Brendan Taylor. How often have we seen him play the sweep shot to good effect?
Very predictable. He plays it well because there's a mid-wicket. Just scoops it over short square leg and it goes all the way. So that's just spoiled Hasaranga and his effort right now. The field changes, deep square leg and deep mid-wicket now. But he loves that shot, the paddle, the reverse. Plays with so much control. That's his go-to shot really.
Pereira and Taylor will also know that they didn't want to leave too many for too late. He scored less than 10 runs over in the last 5 overs, the lowest amongst all the teams.
Couple of balls to go. Second ball of this over to Sal Pereira. Now if they had taken the review, got him, he's bowled him. That's what Johnson Charles, well, he thinks he's taken the bails off. Well, it's a stumping chance. I thought it had nicked the stumps on its way through.
He did not read the googly. He certainly did not read the googly, Brendan Taylor. That's a ball, no problem there. Oh, he's dragged his foot. Ooh, that looks like it's in the air. I reckon that's out, boys.
Johnson Charles has done a wonderful piece of stumping there. That's a big one. Yes, the foot is in the air. That's what it seems from here. It's not dragged down. That was good work from Johnson Charles.
I want to see this from a different angle. The big question, whether that back leg was grounded at the point of the lights coming on.
That's out because when the foot looks like it's over, it's not grounded. If all it had is foot outside the crease. You go forward. Just there's nothing behind the line as yet, and it goes into the air. It's going up. So it's not being dragged down.
That's out for me, guys. And the clear thing that I enjoyed was the fact that he set him up for that googly, and he certainly didn't read it. Slips it back, but it's in the air. It's in the air for me.
Great work from Johnson Charles to take the bails off, and I thought it nicked the stumps because it happened so quickly. Massive blow because he plays spin so well. And it's that same time in the game that the spinners come into it. The Jaffna Stallions keep chipping away. They're picking up wickets. And who else? Wanindu Hasaranga sends Brendan Taylor back for 11.
Personal Capital wants to know, do you have a plan for your finances?
I have a plan for retirement.
For college savings?
For investing, I can see all of my accounts and my investments, all my investments and more in one place.
I feel good about my finances. Finally. Download the free Personal Capital app today. You can feel good about your finances, and Personal Capital is here to help. Visit personalcapital.com today.
Three wickets to go down in the power play overs. Very similar to what we saw when the Jaffna Stallions batted. Difference at the moment after just 6 runs. Jaffna Stallions, they were 50 for 3. Sela Gunaratna, new batsman with a lot of work to be done. Luckily for him, his captain is there. He's got the experience, the guide, possibly a good partnership, which is required now for the Kandy Tuskers.
They've been able to just build pressure through some really good bowling, some really good fielding. It's put the Tuskers under a little bit of pressure now. A lot rests on Kusal Mendes.
Sweet timing. A little bit of a hand on that one, but it can't prevent the ball from going into the boundary line. My 11 circle champion shot from the captain.
Well, it was the captain who let that through. That was Tisara Pereira. And extra cover in the slot. Olivia Kostova was very good. Now he's got more protection in the deep. Deep square leg, deep mid wicket. And a long on. That's the point and the third man.
They will to recall what we've seen from Kusal Pereira in the tournament. He likes width on deliveries, especially if it's full. That's a better line. Wicket to wicket is the way to go against Kusal Pereira.
And I got my Kusals mixed up. Kusal Mendes is out. This is KJP batting. Look at that. Very good work behind the stumps. But the key for me was he didn't pick that googly as well. Very smart stumping, Johnson Charles.
Ratna got a role to play. He's got to make sure he builds a partnership with Kusal.
India Tour of Australia highlights presented by Royal Chef's Secret extra long grain basmati rice.
50 on the board. Shinwari in the deep there, but that was the first ball Gunaratna played, and he gets such a deft touch. Amazing. Just want to be getting used to the pace of the wicket. Sometimes it's hard hands when batsmen come out there. Bowled really well today, Asil Gunaratna. That would add to his confidence, of course. That was Shinwari in the deep.
When you look at the first innings, 7 wickets going to seamers, 2 of the 10 to the spinner. Gunaratne. That's obviously again an indication that the ball is probably not coming on as we've seen in previous matches, so an adjustment has to be made by the batsman. He's reaching for it. He was on the up as well.
Olivia a little fuller than he usually is, isn't he, Nicky? Likes it on probably a foot shorter, but he's making that extra effort. Get it slightly fuller, which works on these slower Sri Lankan pitches, and then he can vary it by going to his strong length. Good finish to the over from Olivia. 7 gone, 51 for 3.
Current rates 7.2, not far from what is required, so still Kandy Tuskers will be quite at ease in this run chase.
Yeah, just to go back to what you said, Russ, certainly he's got his lengths fuller, and the wicket, I think he's assessed the conditions well, because the ball has stuck in the surface just a little bit at the length he's bowling, which is a slightly fuller length.
Hasaranga with 11 wickets to his name in the tournament. Keeps adding to his tally with his variety, his skill, his consistency. I like his attitude as well. Always very energetic on the field.
Hasaranga in a previous game. That was the leg break. And that was the wrong end. Batsman Samit Patel. How good was that? That's why he's so good. Variation from exactly the same spot, giving nothing away. Well, Hazy said this need to be charged for 3 hours. Looks like their battery's died. 3 wickets have fallen.
First wicket to go. Gurbaz hit that straight up in the air. There was disappointing dismissal that. Caught by Shoaib Malik. Went across the line of the ball. Next one. Kusal Mendes out. Caught by Hasaranga. Out a deep square leg. And then the beautiful googly. And the great stumping there from Johnson Charles. Jaffna Stallions have come out tonight. They've come out. They know they posted a below par score. And they've come back well in the field.
Good work in the outfield, preventing short runs. Just want to go back to Gurbaz and how he got out. Just when he can offer more to this Kandy Tuskers team with the bat. He's a talented player, usually gives his wicket away all the time. Hasn't really batted long in this tournament. That should be his primary purpose. Just swinging with more control. I think he could achieve more as a batsman in T20 cricket.
Yeah, he's spot on there, Darren. With more control at the moment, he's dangerous, but that's all. He needs to get more consistencies to his game to be able to perform at the international level.
Their problems with their batting, Kandy Tuskers. Swept away. A lot will depend on their captain, Kusal Pereira. If they are to go on to win this game, he's well set on 20 of 17.
Premeditated from Marcelo Gunaratne. Down on one even before Hasaranga bowled. Full toss. Good from Hasaranga, trying to force Kusal Pereira to do something different. Adds to the pressure. That's where Gunaratne, you mentioned, this partnership is so crucial. Got to keep taking it away.
Just low bounce. Hasaranga is not a tall man, and we mentioned the trajectory from which he delivers the ball, quite low as compared to a guy like Vyaskanth, who delivers at optimal height.
Good over so far. Last ball of the 8th. Crucial. 3 singles only so far. Great ask for it. Not given. Could be just slightly outside the line of off stump. Hasaranga wants it. Johnson says let it go. So good over. 8 gone. 54 for 3.
Investors, the best hedge is hard assets with low risk and high returns, including steady cash flow. The NRIA Prime Realty Fund pays a 10% monthly distribution plus targeted returns to 21%. Our fund is pro-growth with $1 billion in new construction development backing it. The Fed has plummeted interest rates, so hedge against inflation and receive our free report. Flow with the Fed. Call 201-210-2727.
Yeah, I do think that was a little bit tighter than we called it up here. I'm not sure that was outside the line.
Yeah, that was close. Need to have a closer look, but it's not going to make a difference in the game. Consider Pereira, he knows, asked his young leg spinner to come to bowl and then changed his mind. I think this is a good move. Experience of Pereira against Pereira. Maybe get another couple of overs through Hasaranga and himself to push that required rate up. It's gone above 8 for the first time.
Both players will know each other quite well. They've played for Sri Lanka in the same team. This was the appeal in the last over. Would have been umpire's call. What we've seen from Cesaro Pereira in terms of his lengths, he's usually very consistent with his stop delivery. That is in that good length area. Wouldn't try to pitch the ball up or get it full. What he does is creates pressure from one end that can produce a wicket. And he will try to slow things down. Slow the run rate down, send that required rate high. And maybe if he can pick up a wicket, break this partnership, will allow Hasaranga to then run through this batting order.
He underbowls himself, coach. Doesn't he? Shouldn't he be giving a lot more he can as a bowler?
Yeah, he can, and that's one of the things in terms of him with Sri Lanka. It's so important for us in white ball cricket that he does bowl for us.
Irfan Pathan, Dilruwan Pereira, Siku ke Prasanna, and then the seamers. So there is batting, that's power batting. They need to get closer with these two to make them really come into their own, those power hitters.
Worked the way through the onside. Cesaro Pereira, he's picked up 5 wickets so far in the tournament, so not a bad wicket-taking option. He will have his chance, hopefully. Irfan Pathan.
Yeah, just to go back on that point, he gives so much balance if he's bowling well to Cesaro Pereira. He's got a good bouncer, we know that. He's got a good slow ball. If he can hit a hard length, all good.
This goes a little wide on that last delivery.
A good over. 4 singles off the 5 balls. Let's make this last delivery from Cesaro Pereira ever so important. It was the same in the previous over. Hasaranga, along with Cesaro Pereira and Guan Olivier in the last 4 overs, put the squeeze on. Just 14 runs conceded. That included a 6 of Brendan Taylor. Just the single. Kusal Pereira wants to. Won't get it. That's 9 overs bowled. Kandy Tuskers are 59 for 3. And I guess it's a great time for that call, the strategic timeout.
India Tour of Australia highlights presented by Royal Chef's Secret extra long grain basmati rice. Make it your chef's secret in association with Prem Jyotish. For happiness, peace and prosperity, contact Prem Jyotish. KFC Big Bash League, 61 matches, live and exclusive on Willow. Sri Lanka Tour of South Africa, 2 tests, December 26th to January 7th, live and exclusive on Willow. India Tour of Australia, first test December 16th to 20th, live and exclusive on Willow, powered by Biz2 Credit. Get up to $5 million for your business within 72 hours. In association with RTIP, world's leading insights, ratings and analysis provider.
Winning together, striving together, rising together, going forever. LPL is the moment. 2020, win together.
59 for 3, 92 required from 66 now for Kandy Tuskers to go on to win this one. That's if they can get there. Most wickets in the My11 Circle Lanka Premier League. Nindu Hasaranga at the top with 11. Sela Gunaratne with 9 wickets to his name. Pick up 2 today. He's Ahmed, Yohan Pradeep, and Dwayne Oliver.
Hasaranga going to bowl his third. Very, very good so far. Had a bit of work on his back in that break. Strategic timeout. Would ideally have come at the right time for the Kandy Tuskers just to regroup and see if they want to do something different. But a bit of work, probably a steep back for Hasaranga. That's the last thing you want to do. Have him struggle with his fitness.
I'd like to see a slip in place, a little more pressure on Gunaratne. And I say that because there's a little bit of turn on the surface, and Hasaranga is into his third over, so after this, just 1 over remaining. And you think that this is the guy that might be able to break this partnership. So for Thisara Perera, it's a good option to apply more pressure when Hasaranga is bowling. Hasn't done that yet.
He wants it, he'll get it. Oh, direct hit, but it's gone, it's hurting them. Charit Hasaranga giving the throw in. Thisara Perera got up to the stumps. No one in the deep, so the breathing space the Kandy Tuskers needed has come their ways, because that will be 6 runs.
Yeah, and that's come because they've hustled between wickets there. Oh, I think if that was the director, he would have battled. But they hustled. They put some pressure on, caused an error in the field. Suranga Lakmal couldn't get round in time, and that went for 6. That's a massive pressure release.
So again, you're seeing intensity from one team trying to take control. This batting pair has shown that with their running between the wickets. And the more they can do this, is the more they will get the upper hand in this contest.
You can't fault the fielder for having a go, because he needed to, and if it was a direct hit, you caught your man. And when you're practicing those throws at the stumps, you are aiming at the base of the stumps, aren't you? It's just unfortunate it was on the volley to Thisara Perera. Maybe he should have just stayed back. In such a situation, getting to the stumps is not the best option.
Mid wicket open. Fairly expensive over, 9 runs coming from it at the halfway stage, 68 for 3. Apart from having the most wickets, he's also the most economical in the tournament. Nindu Hasaranga.
Yeah, for a bowler, it's all about creating that fear. Once you're able to do that, then you excel. Halfway through, Kandy Tuskers chasing 150. Still cannot pick a winner there. You still cannot. It's intense. Lots of work to be done.
We thought that the partnership between Brendan Taylor and Kusal Perera was going to be critical. But Brendan Taylor would be a very good player against Spain, and now he's gone out. And this partnership, I think, to a very great extent will determine the outcome, because the rest of the batsmen, if you look at the batting to follow, style is very different. Sikuke Prasanna is a striker of the ball. So is Dilwan Pereira. Gunaratne is far more solid and stable. And he'll be the partner that the Kandy Tuskers will be hoping would stick with Kusal.
Yeah, Kusal has to take things in his hand. You know, he's been ultra cautious against Hasaranga. And the time has come when they have to pick out a bowler to go after. The asking grade is jumping up. At the start of the innings, it was 7.55. It's now 8.57. And considering the options Pereira has in bowling, so in my opinion, now is the time. They have to pick out a bowler to go after. Find few boundaries to ease the pressure.
Well, I hope you downloaded the My 11 Circle app. If you haven't, you should do that. Know that you could pick your fantasy team and win yourself, play with champions.
Here's one of them. He's bowled well, he's captained well, he's batted well for his side, Jaffna Stallions.
Good over. Good over for the Stallions, Jaffna Stallions, that is just 5 runs off it. 73 for 3.
Very good partnership developing here. 29 from 30. Kusal Pereira in particular, he's been more watchful than we've seen in the tournament, and he recognizes how crucial his wicket is for this successful run chase for his team. 78 required from 54.
One thing is, the Jaffna Stallion bowlers haven't really allowed him to express himself. Strike rate, just over 100. His average strike rate in his career is much more. But then that's the way he's been made to bat, and possibly he'll have to bat that way at least for a few more overs.
He's looking to take this game deep. But one thing he has to make sure that if he's looking to do that, he has to be there till the last over. A long hop, hit well, much awaited boundary. This should ease the pressure.
As all of you will know, that the longer you stay out in the middle, the easier it becomes. My 11 Circle champion shot, the captain staying low, keeping his eyes on the ball and picking his spot. Wonderfully executed.
This could be the opportunity that the Kandy Tuskers have been waiting for. Vias Khan doesn't really carry too much of experience, so they'll try and pounce on him if it's possible. That's the effort, Charita Lanka on the boundary.
The other thing to take into account is tomorrow, and the Tuskers will have the chance to play against Goal Gladiators. These two teams competing fiercely for that final spot in terms of qualification. A win today for Kandy Tuskers makes it easier tomorrow.
Vias Khan, we've spoken about him, we know what he's capable of. He's just 19 years. And his role will be to try and maintain the pressure. He's gone for 6 of 3 balls. But he'll have to make sure that the pressure is not released.
Gunaratne is going to be livid with himself, missed out on that full toss.
Already 7 off 4, they've got a boundary, they've got 3 singles. That's good going for the Kandy Tuskers. What they want is a stable base, which they don't have with wickets being lost.
I also think with one of the two changes today, Sekuge Prasanna, there's a little more depth in this batting lineup, so Captain Pereira will be quite comfortable with having wickets in hand in the last 5.
Nicely worked away on the offside. Got to the pitch of the ball, opened the face of the bat in order to place that ball away from the fielder, bisecting them, and hit. My 11 circle, champion shot, 84 for 3.
Every boundary in the innings, putting more and more pressure on the Jaffna Stallions. Team at the top of the standings will have a lot of pride, so they will still want to compete and try to find a way of breaking this partnership and taking control of this particular game.
Kusal Pereira the key at the moment, 40. Kusal Pereira will continue. Another little nudge into the gap, another single. Let's go across and join Russell Arnold and let's see whom he has.
Yeah, it's Dhananjay De Silva who's not playing today. Tight game, tight game. Can the Jaffna Stallions do this?
Yes, definitely, because we have our own plans, so I think if we execute them well, I think we are on the right path.
What about the batting? It's not really gone to plan, has it?
Yes, because I think as the information we got from the middle, I think it's 2 pace wicket, so I think we were aiming like to get 160, 165 something, but I think we are 15 runs short of it.
Almost an opportunity. What about you? Why are you sitting out? Is there any problem with you?
Yes, I got side strain 2 days back. I think I'll be fit in 2 days later.
And looking forward to South Africa after that, are you?
Yes, because if it's on, I'm on.
If it's on, you're on. What about Jaffna Stallions? The last couple of games haven't really been the best. They lost to Colombo Kings, and this one still game on. But does that affect the mindset?
No, absolutely not, because we are on the top of the table still, so I think we are trying new invention like Vias Khan. So I think if we get this match right, we are getting our combination right.
And how good has it been, the experience so far? A lot of new players and the system with your team?
Yes, very good. I think it's the second time happening the franchise cricket in Sri Lanka. I'm lucky enough to get being the part of that both occasions. So I think it's very good to have like Saad Malik in our side, so very experienced T20 player, and like learning a lot from him as well. So it's very good for us.
And for you, you're maturing as a player, going from format to format. You will feature in the test matches now, the T20 as well. How hard is that?
It's really difficult to adjust for the situations, but as a professional cricketer, we have to learn from the mistakes and learn from the matches we play in. So I think I'm really adapted for that.
All the best, Dhananjay.
Thank you very much.
92 for 3, already 8 runs in the over. 2 balls to go. Very sensible on the part of Kandy Tuskers. They're hitting the boundary and they're also making sure that they don't let dot balls be bowled. At least a single.
Yeah, this partnership is eking out, bringing a lot of pressure on Jaffna Stallions. Strong bowling lineup. Big total isn't there when you consider the conditions, state of the pitch. They need a wicket now.
Certainly knows where to go. Left the playing field. So the 50 partnership, and an important one for the Kandy Tuskers. 10 of the over, 94 for 3.